When most people think about hedge funds, they imagine complex strategies, fast trades, and institutional money moving in real time. But before any investor allocates a single dollar, there's an official process happening behind the scenes. It's called due diligence, and it's where hedge funds are truly vetted before capital is ever committed. In this video, we're going to go inside the hedge fund due diligence process and what investors are actually looking for and how funds are evaluated and why many promising strategies never make it past the first stage. Hey, it's Frank Nagy. Welcome to my channel where we help financial entrepreneurs grow their business in the financial markets. If you're new here, subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. Due diligence is the structured investigation investors conduct before allocating capital to a hedge fund. It's not just about performance numbers. In fact, strong returns alone are never enough. Investors, especially institutions, family offices, and fund of funds, are trying to answer one core question. Can this manager be trusted with capital over multiple market cycles? That question breaks into three main categories: investment due diligence, operational due diligence, and legal compliance. Let's start with the investment due diligence. Investors analyze strategy clarity. In other words, can the manager clearly explain what they do? Why does this strategy work? And will it still work in 3 to 5 years? When it comes to risk management, how are the losses controlled when trades go wrong? Consistency, are returns repeatable or dependent on rare conditions? A key focus here is drawdown behavior. A fund that makes 40% but loses 30% in drawdowns often scores worse than a fund that makes 15% steadily. Institutions care more about survival than spikes in performance. Hiring an experienced hedge fund consultant like Frank Nagy Financial Services will greatly reduce the burden of setting up your hedge fund or offshore broker-dealer. A good consultant will make the appropriate introductions with fund administrators, auditors, attorneys, prime brokers, banks, and even family offices that will help your hedge fund or broker-dealer grow. Next is operational due diligence. This is where many hedge funds fail the process entirely. Operational due diligence focuses on the infrastructure behind the fund. Who is actually controlling the money? Are assets held with reputable custodians? Is pricing and valuation independent? And are there checks and balances in trade execution? And what systems prevent fraud and misreporting? Investors often conduct background checks on key personnel, review service providers, and even inspect trading systems. The next comes is legal compliance. Here, investors will evaluate the fund structure, whether it's offshore or onshore, regulatory regulation status, offering documents such as your PPM, limited partnership agreements, subscription agreements, and fee structures and liquidity terms. They also look for alignment of interest. For example, are performance fees structured appropriately? Is there a high watermark? Are redemption terms fair to investors? Any ambiguity in these legal documents can delay completely the whole allocation. If a hedge fund passes documentation stage, the process moves forward. This is where investors test consistency between what the manager says and what the numbers show and what the systems provide. They may ask scenario-based questions like, what happens in your portfolio during a sudden volatility spike? Or how would your strategy perform if a liquidity dries up? And what is your worst historical trade and why did it happen? This phase is less about technical answers and more about judgment, discipline, and transparency. Hedge funds due diligence is not designed to find best performing funds. It is designed to eliminate the ones that are not built to survive. Because in institutional investing, consistency, structure, and risk control matter more than short-term returns. And for managers, passing the due diligence process is often more important than generating performance itself. Hey, if you'd like to learn more about Frank Nagy Financial Services and how we can help set up your hedge fund, even help assist in your due diligence process, and set up an offshore broker-dealer, click on the description box below.